Kitty. Hi, Angela. So we've got Cork in the UAE. That's awesome. Alright, there's a good few popped on. Alright. So welcome everyone, and a good morning, or a good evening to some, good afternoon to others. This practice is going to be a strength for yoga practice, so strength based. There'll be quite a lot of repetition and a couple of longer held poses kind of in between. Just be mindful of how you are feeling this morning in your body. Don't hesitate to take less repetitions, take more rest, stay lying horizontal whenever you may need it. And the most important thing is that you enjoy this practice. We'll begin lying down. I hope you can hear me okay. I have the mic, so I'll just do a check and see. Can you all hear me okay, yeah? Give me a thumbs up there, somebody. Okay, we're good. We'll begin actually lying on our backs. And you can have your feet hip width distance apart, or have your legs just stretched straight out in front of you, whatever feels more comfortable. We'll take the hands and we'll let them to come rest on just the bottom of the rib cage. So the heel of the hand can come towards the back ribs and the fingertips just lightly curling forward. Soften your chin towards your chest, towards your heart. You're welcome to close your eyes or soften your gaze. And we'll take a few moments just to settle ourselves this morning, to arrive into the body. Allowing the movement of your breath to really anchor you into your body this morning. Underneath your resting hands, notice the movement of the ribs, the movement of your belly as you breathe. Keep it steady and smooth here to begin with. Noticing the direction of movement as you inhale, as you exhale. Feel the sense of expansion with the in-breath. And the softening down, the release of the out-breath. Inhaling, feeling the side ribs expand. I have somebody just joined me here in his wetsuit. Say hello to the world. I'm trying to kick him out and he won't. Okay. Thank you, Ray. Okay. So just coming back to the breath. So as you breathe, see if you can draw the breath out towards the side ribs. Feel the breath expanding through the front lower ribs. And see if you can draw the breath towards the back ribs. a 360-degree sense of expansion. Side ribs, back ribs, front ribs. All responding, receiving the breath. And just letting everything naturally release back on the out breath. Notice if the breath feels balanced in all of these spaces. Or do you feel more of the breath in the abdomen, through the front belly? And just a few more here. Draw just a little bit more breath in. Take a gentle pause at the top of the inhalation and feel that fullness through the whole torso, whole trunk of the body. Exhaling, feeling the softening, the dropping in and the dropping down of the ribs. Let the hands release, place them alongside the outer hips. And without the feedback of the hands, can you sense the breath breathing into all these spaces? 3-dimensional breath. If your legs are stretched out, take a bend into your knees. Set the feet about hip width distance apart. We'll begin with just a gentle rocking of the pelvis forward and back. Inhaling, allow the pelvis to tilt forward. Exhaling as we gently tuck the tail, tilting the pelvis back. Inhaling as we tilt the pelvis forward. Exhaling as the pelvis tilts back. Keep pressing down with your back ribs. Inhaling as you tilt the pelvis forward. Exhaling, tilt the pelvis back. One more time, pelvis tilting forward, belly receiving the breath, expanding. Exhaling as we tuck that tail, we tilt the pelvis back. Now keep your back ribs down, press into your feet, and slowly peel your pelvis up away from the mat. We're not going into a full spinal extension bridge lift, so again, keep those bottom ribs down and ground the feet. Take a big breath in here. See if you can really occupy all of the spaces, belly, ribs, lower back. Exhaling as you roll the spine back down. One more time, inhale, tilt the pelvis back, ground nice and heavy, hips lift. As you press into your feet, gently try and pull your feet back towards your shoulders, but imagine your feet were stuck in mud. Begin to wake up the hamstrings and the glutes a little bit more here. Slowly rolling your spine all the way back down as you exhale. And walk your feet 1 foot further forward. Gently tilt the pelvis back, pressing down into the feet, back ribs nice and heavy, hips lift. Same thing, press your feet down, gently pull the feet back towards the shoulders. Exhaling as we slowly roll the spine back down. Take your feet, walk them 1 foot further forward. Tilt the pelvis back, press the feet down, let the hips lift, back ribs stay heavy, feet pull back towards shoulders. Feeling lots of life in the hamstrings here this morning. Exhaling as we slowly roll the pelvis back down. And one more time, feet are going to come a little further forward. You may now wish to come up onto the heels, pointing the toes towards the ceiling. Allow for that posterior tilt to the top of the top pelvis. Press heels down, hips lift. Gently pulling heels back towards shoulders. Exhaling as we roll all the way down. Stretch the right leg out straight, stretch the left leg out straight. Keep the feet a little narrower than the hips. Heels are going to stay pressing down, toes are going to be flexed so they're pointing up towards the ceiling, and take your arms out into a T. Make a gentle fist and have the thumb side of your palm facing up to begin with. Drop the knuckles down so the thumb side now starts to point back towards the shoulders. And see if we can then begin to turn that thumb side down so the pinky finger side of your palm is facing up. Gently press the fist down into the mat and feel that tension moving up into the upper arm bone, into the shoulders. Try and relax the neck. Notice if the jaw is gripping, let that relax your teeth. Create a little bit of space. Soft lips. Pressing down for one more breath. Exhaling as you relax, release the arms. Take them up into a Y. Keep that thumb side pressing down. Heels pressing down. Relaxing the jaw, the neck. Goodbye, Ray. Sorry about that. He slightly distracted me there. Jaw soft. There's a tendency for that tension to really be pulled right up into the neck. Keep it relaxed. Keep the breath breathing, occupying all the spaces of the torso. Exhaling as we relax the arms. Take your right hand, place it down alongside the outer hip. Pinky finger side of the palm is going to press down, almost like the arms are karate chopping into the floor. Left elbow bends, hand cradles the back of the back of the ongli head. Keep the elbow wide. Inhaling. As you exhale, you're going to curl the head, neck and shoulders up away from the floor and have a look towards your toes. Left heel will stay heavy. Right heel comes into a hover. Notice if the pelvis slightly tilted, keep the back of the pelvis heavy. Sink the front ribs down, peel another of the back upper ribs away from the mat. Take one more breath. Exhaling as we drop the heel, lower the head, lower the elbow. Changing it out, left hand comes down by the outer hip, right hand comes to the back of the head, elbow stays wide. Inhale. Exhaling, head, neck and shoulders curl up away from the mat. This time right leg comes into a hover position. Continue to breathe. Maybe we peel another rib up. Exhaling, heel lowers, head lowers, arm lowers. One more time, swap it out. Curl the head, neck and shoulders up on the exhalation. Left leg comes to hover. Maybe this time we let that left leg come just slightly higher. Peeling one more rib up and really drop the lower ribs towards the pubic bone. The hand at the back of the head, just let it gently move away from the back of the head. Notice the tension in the neck. Can you keep it relaxed? Exhaling, hand back to head. Shoulders lower, head lowers, heel lowers. Swap it out. Inhale. Exhale, curl head, neck and shoulders up away from the mat. Really press down with that left pinky finger. Hovering up with that right leg. Leg lifts slightly higher. Upper back lifts slightly higher. Maybe you were shaking. One more breath here. Exhale, head lowers, heel lowers. Relax your legs completely. Let the feet just naturally turn out to the sides. Bring your hands back to the lower part of the rib cage. Just take a moment to rest. Noticing if the body feels just a little bit more alive, a little bit more awake. Feel the breath breathing into your palms. Release, place them back alongside the hips. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee. Bring both knees in towards the chest. Stretch your legs straight up towards the ceiling, coming into a 90-degree angle. So heels are aligned with hips. Spread your toes. Point your toes up towards the ceiling as you inhale. Open through the front of the ankle. Exhaling, we're going to flex the feet. Pull the toes down towards the shins. Press up through the center of the heel. Back of the pelvis stays nice and heavy. Back of the ribs stays nice and heavy. Inhale as we point the toes up. Exhaling as we flex the feet. Really just stretching out through the back of the leg here. Inhale, toes point, ankle opens. And exhaling, pressing up through the center of the heel. Point the toes up. Keep the left leg where it is. Drop the right leg 2 to 3 inches lower. Maybe even comes down towards a 45-degree angle. Feel the gripping, the tension in the tummy. And let the breath create a sense of space here. Maybe we drop that leg just a little bit lower for one more breath. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Exhale, drop the left leg. Maybe we drop it another inch or two. Left leg comes back, right leg lowers, exhaling. This time maybe it comes even further down, 45 degrees, even to 30. Keep the whole back body that's connected. Keep it pressing down. Inhaling as we stack the right ankle, exhaling, left leg lowers. Inhale, stack. Exhaling, opening both legs out away from one another. Inhaling as we squeeze the inner thighs to draw the legs back. Exhaling as we open. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, draw the legs together. Now keep your left leg stacked over the left hip. As you exhale, take the right leg out to the right. Being mindful that the leg isn't going to pull and tilt the pelvis. Keep the back nice and heavy. And just go into a space with that right leg where you can manage to keep your hips heavy and the hip points pointing straight up. One more breath here. Right leg comes to meet the left. Exhale, left leg opens out to the side. Inhale, draw the left leg to meet the right. Exhale, knees come in towards the chest, hands around the shins. Just do a little gentle rocking here, side to side. Release the legs. We're going to flip over onto the belly, onto the abdomen. Come up into a forearm stand. So the elbows are going to come in underneath the shoulders. Not quite balancing forearm stand. So we'll rename it Sphinx arms. I don't want to scare you too much. Elbows maybe under the shoulder, just slightly more forward to the shoulders. We're going to spread the fingers out nice and wide. Press down through the tops of the feet and keep the pubic bone nice and heavy here to begin with. We're going to work into some sphinx rolls like cat-cow. Inhaling, pull your breastbone through the arm bones as you open the throat and look up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, you're going to bring your chin in towards your chest. Draw your lower ribs up towards your back ribs and keep your tail tucking under. Inhaling, soften the belly, soften the ribs. Pull your breastbone through the arm bones, looking towards the ceiling. Exhaling, chin in towards the chest. Draw your front ribs towards your back ribs. Tuck your tail under. Inhaling as we pull the breastbone through the arm bones. Opening throat, looking up. Last time, chin in, ribs in, belly in, tail tucking under. Inhale, belly softens, heart opens, throat opens as we look up. Exhale, draw the chin in, the ribs in. This time, keep the knees and the tops of your shins pressing down, and we're going to let the pelvis lift, keeping our tail slightly tucking under. There may be a little bit of shaking happening here. And really see now if you can send the breath into all the spaces. Side ribs, back ribs, front ribs. Exhaling as we lower down through the thighs, pelvis, belly softens. Inhale. And for the last time, exhale, chin in, ribs in, belly lifting up away from the floor, tail tucking under. Now, if you wish, you can curl your toes and bring yourself now up into a forearm plank. Really press down into the elbows. One more breath. Exhaling, take your right knee, place it in underneath your right hip. Left knee in underneath your left hip. Well done. Shoulder blades. We're going to bring some movement into the scapula. To begin with, try and neutralize the pelvis a little bit here. So we don't want to be too tilting forward, or we don't want to be too tucked under. Keep the belly nice and firm. On the inhalation, you're going to sink your breastbone down. So the space in between your shoulder blades, think of that like a little valley. It's going to narrow in towards one another. As we exhale, we want to protract the shoulder blades, wrapping them forward towards the chest and creating more of a mountain in between the shoulder blades. Watch they don't elevate up towards the ears. Try and keep the shoulder blades drawing down towards the hips, and we're going to sink the chest down as we draw the shoulder blades towards one another. Protract as we draw the shoulder blades apart, lifting up in between. One more time, you're going to sink your chest down, try and narrow the shoulder blades towards one another. Broaden the shoulder blades apart as we press up in between. Now the next time we sink the chest down, as we bring the shoulder blades towards one another, see if you can elevate them towards the ears. You're going to broaden, protract as they move apart, and then try and pull them down towards the hips. Sink the chest down, draw the shoulder blades up towards the ears, protract as they broaden. So we're trying to glide the shoulder blades in a rotational type movement on the upper back ribs. See if you can make the movement now just a little bit more fluid. And we'll go back the opposite way. Take your right wrist, place it in underneath your right shoulder, and we'll come up onto our hands and our knees into a tabletop position. From tabletop, lean your hips back and drop your forearms down. You're going to pick your pinky finger up and just see if you can start tapping your pinky finger. Then slowly you're going to keep tapping your pinky finger as you begin to straighten your elbows. Start to send your shoulders towards your wrists. Try and keep tapping your pinky finger. Lean it back, lean it back, lean it back. Bring the forearms back down. And then pick up your ring finger. Tap the ring finger. Start coming forward again as the elbows begin to straighten. Whew, and the shoulders come over the wrist. Maybe nothing's happening for you. You may get the feels in the forearms as they start responding here to the movement in the fingers. Once we come back down, we'll pick the middle finger, tap, 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 as we start to bring the shoulders over the wrists. Slowly, slowly, start to send the weight back. And we'll pick the index finger up. I find the index finger and the thumbs the easiest. Keep tapping, keep tapping, keep tapping, as the shoulders come back over the wrists. And we'll slowly, slowly, slowly come all the way back down. Last time, pick the thumbs up, tap the thumbs. Tapping, keep tapping, keep tapping, keep tapping. And we'll sit all the way back into the heels and just give the hands a little shake off. Coming back into tabletop position, excuse me, spread your fingers, grip those fingertips down, step the right and the left leg back, coming into a plank position. Now you can modify the plank by dropping down on one knee as we're going to move into a Vashisthasana side plank variation. Heels can swivel towards the right as the toes move towards the left, or else that right knee can come down underneath the right hip and kickstand the foot back behind you. Grip the right fingertips and keep the eye of the elbow wrapping towards the webbing between index finger and your thumb. Peel your left arm up. Reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. Think of lifting from the outer left hip. Reach it up towards the ceiling, so we're really feeling an engagement through the under right side. Bend into that left elbow, bring the fingertips onto the top of the shoulder, and we'll work into some shoulder circles here as we roll that elbow around. Take a little pause, go back the opposite direction. Watch those hips aren't sinking down, we're not sinking into that shoulder. Really grip those fingers. One more time, outer hip lifting. Stretch the left arm up, big breath in. And exhaling, left hand comes down. Swivel the toes towards the right. Press into the index knuckle side of the left palm. Right arm reaches high, outer right hip reaching. Bring your fingertips onto the head of the shoulder and work it into some of those shoulder circles. Remember, modify your plank if you need to. We want to try and maintain the integrity of our postures. And we'll go the opposite direction. Reaching the top arm towards the ceiling, big breath in here. And exhaling as we lower the palm, pivoting onto the balls of both feet, and send your knees back underneath your hip as we come to tabletop position. Readjust your pose if you need to, readjusting the arms. Left knee's going to stay where it is, you're going to stretch back with the right leg. Lifting the lower belly up away from the mat, and draw your right heel to align with your right hip. Turn your right toes out to the right. As you inhale, bring the right leg forward and see if you can just tap your big toe in the same line as your pinky finger. As you exhale, that right leg's going to come all the way back behind you, cross over your left calf and gaze back towards the toe. Tap it down. Inhale, tap it forward. Exhale, tap it back. Inhale as we tap forward. Exhale, tap it back. 2 more times, inhale. Inhale as we bring it forward. Bend into the knee and see if you can slowly, slowly, slowly step the right foot to the outside of your right palm. Curl your back toes, lift your left knee up and away from the mat. Look forward, chest is open. Stepping into yogi squat, into malasana. Left foot steps to the outside of your left hand. Sink your hips nice and low. Reach both arms forward. You might want to keep your fingertips down if you're feeling slightly wobbly in your, I was going to call it a plank in your yogi squat, if the heels are slightly raised. You may wish to even just fold the blanket in underneath the heels or fold the mat in underneath your heels. We're going to squeeze the outer knees out, inhaling, and exhale, just let the knees relax. Notice that the weight drops towards the inner arches of the feet. As we inhale, can we press towards the outer arch? Feeling that response right up into the hips. Exhaling as we soften the knees. Inhale, squeeze the knees out. Exhale as you relax. Try and not use the elbows, focusing really on the outer hip muscles. Inhaling, press into the pinky toe side of the foot. Exhaling, knees relax in. One more time, inhale as we press out. Now keeping your knees pressing out, really grip down into the feet, reach the hands forward. Inhale, lift the hips, hold. Take a breath. Lift the hips a little higher, hold, take a breath. Lift the hips even higher, hold, take a breath. Sink your hips lower. Sink your hips lower. Slowly, slowly, slowly sink your hips all the way back down towards your heels. Ground both palms down. Step the left foot back. Keep the right foot where it is. Take your right arm and reach it on the diagonal so it's pointing in the same direction as your right toes. As you inhale, bring your left knee in towards your chest. We're going to thread the left leg through the space and see if you can tap your left foot with your right fingers. Exhaling, bring the knee into the chest and step the left foot back. Inhale, knee to chest, pull the heel right in towards your bum, thread the foot through, see if you can tap your fingers. Step it back one more time, inhaling. Exhaling. Ground the right palm, step your right foot back, find plank pose, fingertips are gripping. Press up in between the shoulder blades. Try and pull the heel of your hand back towards your toes as you pull your toes forward towards the heel of your hand. Feel the lower abdomen really gripping here. One more breath. As you exhale, take your knees down, find a modified plank position. Draw the shoulder blades down towards your back pockets. Inhale. Exhale, bend from your elbow creases lower down 2 to 3 inches. Inhale, press your elbows straight. Exhale, as we bend the elbows 2 to 3 inches. Inhale, press it straight. Chest stays open, gaze stays forward. Exhale, bend the elbows. Maybe we lower just a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Press the arms straight. Exhale, bend the elbows. Can we hover and hold? Notice the head of the shoulder. Can we pull it up and away from the mat? Keep the shoulder blades pulling towards your back pockets. One more breath. And exhale, arms straighten. Pull all the way back, find a child's pose. You can stack the forearms on top of one another, bring the head to rest. And just letting the breath slow down, letting the heart rate slow down. Inhale, rise back up onto all fours. Find your foundation and stretch back with your left leg. Toes stay curled to begin with, fingertips grip, eye of the elbow wrapping more forward. Belly lifting up away from the mat. Try and firm the 2 front hip points. towards one another, almost like pulling the drawstring of your pants a little bit tighter. It'll help us to get support from those deeper core muscles. You're going to raise your left heel, bring it in line with your hip. Try and not change the shape of your spine. Turn your left toes out to the left. Inhaling, tap the left foot forward. Exhale, cross over your right leg and look back towards the toe. Inhale, tap, exhale. Nice, slow and controlled movement. Inhaling, tap, exhale. Inhale, tap. Next time the leg comes forward, nice and slowly, bend the knee, plant the foot down with control. Curl the back toes under, lift your back knee up away from the mat. Chest is open as we look forward. Stepping up into our Malasana Yogi squat. Right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sink the hips nice and low. Both arms are going to reach forward, palms are facing in. Inhale, squeeze the outer knees out, press into the pinky toe side of the foot. Exhale, soften, release your knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, squeeze the knees out. Exhale, let them relax, soften in. Press into the pinky toe side of the foot for the last time and we'll maintain this press. Lift the hips an inch. Pause. Lift the hips slightly higher and we'll pause. Pausing the movement, not the breath. One more time, can we lift the hips a little bit higher? Lower, with control, nice and slowly. Place both hands down. Let the hips just lift an inch or two to create the space to step the right foot back. Left hand points on the diagonal, same direction as your left toes. Inhaling, draw the knee in towards the chest. See if you can thread it through the space and tap your foot with your toe. 2 more. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, step back, ground your palm. Left foot comes back into plank pose. Strong plank. Modify if you're feeling tired and take 2 more breaths here. Keep that pull from heel of hand to toes, toes to heel of hand. Exhale, lower the knees. Pull the shoulder blades down, open the chest, look forward, inhale. Bend the elbows 2 to 3 inches, exhale. Yogi push up. Inhale, straighten. Tail stays tucking under, exhaling as we lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, press the arms straight. Exhale, elbows bend, pulling them back by the side ribs. Pause, hold. Notice what the head of the shoulder is doing. Is it dropping forward? Can we lift it up and away? One more breath. Arms straighten. Stretch it back. Stretch it out, child's pose. Let the hips wiggle into the heel side to side if it feels comfortable for you. And just take a moment to really drop into stillness here. Notice the sensations in the body. And sense the parts of you that are almost hugging down on the earth. Drop the bones just a little deeper for one more breath. And collecting our energy here again, we'll rise up onto the hands and the knees. This time we'll curl the toes, we'll send the hips up and back, finding downward facing dog.
And you can wiggle it out if you need to here, bending from one knee to the next. Maybe the hips want to sway side to side, the feet might want to turn. Inhale, come high up onto your tippy toes, look forward. As you exhale, step both feet towards the top of the mat. Standing forward bend, let the knees be soft, belly ribs resting, draping over the thighs. Arms hanging nice and heavy, neck relaxed completely. Press down into your feet, nice and slowly. We're going to roll the spine all the way up. Shoulders roll up, back and down. Bring your feet a little closer together. Chair pose, bend your knees, sweep your fingers. Now try with your tail not to totally tuck the tail under, but we don't want to be too untucked either. So again, finding somewhere in between. Front hip points firming together. We're going to cross the arms, left forearm over right forearm. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Weight a little bit more back into the heels. Pulling both elbows straight back, stretch your arms straight back. Spin your palms out, reach the arms all the way up by the ears. Take the right forearm forward, crossing it over the left. Pull both elbows straight back, stretch the arms straight back. Spin your palms, sweep the arms all the way up by the ears. Keep your left leg as it is. Reach the right heel up. Point your right toes forward, just tap the toes. Keep the center of your left kneecap in line with your second and third toe. Lift the right foot out, and take it out to the side. Align your right toes with your left heel, tap. Stretch the leg back behind you, tap the floor. Take your right foot over towards the left, align with your heel as we tap, drawing the points of a compass. Bring the right leg back behind you and you're going to tap, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Spine should be neutral, so we're really feeling glute and hamstring. Tap, lower, tap, lower. One more time. Let the leg lift, bend a little deeper now into the left knee. Keep stretching back, keep stretching back, keep stretching back. And then bring the ball of the right foot down as we lift into a high lunge. Inhaling, sink your ribs down. Exhaling, drop your right knee, tap it to the floor. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale, knee taps. Inhale. Press back into the right heel. Exhale as we tap the right knee down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Tap the knee. Exhale. Inhale as we lift. Open out goddess pose as you exhale. Toes turn to the top corners of your mat. Heels turning slightly in. I'll just change my direction so you can see. Place your hands. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. You're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay as low as is comfortable. And just like our yogi squat, think of pressing out into the pinky toe side of the foot, inner knees pulling out. Inhale. Exhale, tap your right elbow to your right thigh. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, left elbow, left thigh. Inhale, center. Exhaling, tap. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap. Inhale, center. Exhale, narrow your elbows in towards the ears. Bring your chin in towards your chest, round into the upper back. Slowly rotate over towards the right side. Side bend towards the right. Lift the breastbone as we rotate, coming all the way over towards the left and back to center. So trying to roll the upper back around one more time in this direction. Balance might be slightly challenging here. Pause, go back in the opposite way. Keep really pressing into your feet. Once you come to center, inhale, let your spine restack. Take your hands, place them back away from the head, elbows wide. Exhale, reach both arms up towards the ceiling, pivoting on the ball or on the heel of your back foot. So we're rotating the toes forward, left foot faces forward. Inhale. Exhale, take your right knee, place it down. Untuck your right toes. We're going to lean back into the right shin bone. Hover your left foot up. Hold. Take a breath. Slowly place your left knee underneath the left hip. Keep the tail dropping down, reach both arms forward, hinging from the knees. Inhale, lean backs. Exhaling. Inhale. Really drive the tops of the feet down. Exhale, hinging from the knees, not from the waist. Inhale, come forward. One more time, exhale, lean it back. Inhale, knees stack. Exhale, palms ground, all four position. Curl toes, lift hips, downward facing dog. Take a few moments again, maybe wiggle things out, sending heels side to side, sending hips side to side. Inhale, come high up onto the toes, look forward, exhaling as you step both feet towards the top of the mat. Soften into the knees, let the spine drape over your thighs. Arms are hanging free. Bend a little deeper into the knees, slowly roll the spine up, initiating from its base. Once we're fully restacked, roll the shoulders. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers. Keep that nice deep bend into the right knee, left heel lifts. Point the left toes forward. See how far forward you can get your toes as you sit your bum back. Tap left foot out to the side. Tap the left foot behind you and tap it over towards the right in line with your right heel. Tap the left foot straight behind. And we're going to lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. One more time. Lift, lower. Lift the leg, bend a little deeper into the standing foot, but standing knee. And then as the hands reach forward, we're going to reach back with the foot. Ball of foot comes down right in our high lunge position. Inhaling. Exhale, tap the knee. Inhale, press back into the heel. Exhale, knee taps. Inhale. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale, knee taps. Inhale as we come back. Exhale, open out, find your goddess position. Interlace your fingers behind the back of your head. Sink your hips nice and low. Press out into the pinky toe side of the foot. We'll pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7. I should go a bit slower here with my count, right? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay nice and low. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to twist towards the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Sink a little bit lower. Stay with it. Keep the breath breathing. Don't hold it. Don't grip your jaw. And maybe smile. Take your hands away from the back of the head. Pause, elbows pull back, and stretch the arms up on the diagonal. Sink the hips lower, spin your palms away. Slowly, slowly bring the hands back behind you. Bend your elbows, aim for the opposite elbow. Stretch the arms out, spin your palms, reach them all the way up. Straighten the legs very slightly, start to pivot on the ball of the back foot so we're facing forward here again. Inhale. Exhale, back knee lowers down. Untuck the toes, lean it back. Keep your hands this time up by the ears as we hover right leg. Hold, take a breath, and then slowly place the knee underneath your hip. Tops of the feet press down, tail lengthening down. Hinging from the knees as we lean it back. Inhale. Exhale as we hinge, lean it back. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. Now just to try something a little different, exhale, pull your hands down by the hips and reach your hands back behind you. Firm your palms towards one another. Keep your feet down and see if you can lean forward. See what it's like to lean forward. Keep your feet pressing down. Whew. Tail lengthening down. I'm not going too far. One more breath. And we'll exhale. Place the hands back down. In fact, we'll take a little child's pose here. Stretch your bum back to your heels. Whew. A little wiggle of the hips into the heels. And we'll rise up onto all fours. Kick your legs off to the right. Send your hips back and stretch the legs out in front. We'll separate the feet hip width distance apart. Place your hands back behind you. Fingertips are going to point away. Feel the chest opening and broadening. Feet are going to ground. Inhaling, press down into your feet, press down into your hands, and you're going to lift your hips, coming into a tabletop position. Hip points reaching as high up towards the ceiling. Exhale, let the bum come down. Release your legs, let them hover, point your toes. Stretch your legs up for a boat position. Maybe we keep it in a modified heels in line with knees. Reach the hands forward. Keep lifting up through your chest. This is the last little bit, I swear. Exhale, drop the feet, place the hands behind you. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, hips lower, boat pose. Nice and slowly, cross right ankle over your left ankle. Draw your legs in. Reach the arms all the way up, inhaling here. Exhale as we come all the way down into a forward fold. Ground the seat and see if you can reach up through the crown. Both arms frame the ears. Inhale, lift the chest. We're going to lean it back, tuck the tail under, bring your knees up in towards your chest. Cross left ankle over right. Place your feet down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms open wide. Chest comes a little bit more forward. Chin stays tucking, crown reaching. Arms reach up, inhaling. Uncross the ankles. Feet stay hip width distance apart. Exhale, reach both hands forward. Let your tail begin to curl under so we start to round into the lower back. Nice and slowly, feel the lower back imprinting itself down. Feel the back ribs, upper back, shoulders, back of the head. Let both arms release down alongside the outer hips. Step the right leg a little closer in. Take the left leg a little closer in. Upper arm bones are going to firm down. Inhaling as we tilt the tail, pelvis pressing or lower back pressing down, And we're going to come this time into a complete bridge lift. So as your hips reach up towards the ceiling, we're going to interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another, press the upper arm bones down, and think of drawing your knees forward out of your hip sockets. Take a real big breath into the heart, into your lungs. Exhaling, release the gripping of your fingers, roll the shoulder blades out, and slowly, slowly let your spine roll all the way back down. Stretch out with your left leg, bring your right knee in towards your chest. Take your left hand to the outside of that left knee. We're going to cross it over the midline of the body. Reaching your right arm out into a T, gazing towards the right fingertips here. Spinal twist. And just come back to a very gentle and soft breath. Inhale, coming back to center. Hug your knee into your chest and then stretch out with the right leg. Draw left knee in. Right hand to outer left knee, cross it over the midline, reach it out into that left palm, maybe gazing towards the fingertips, maybe even closing the eyes. Soft, calm breath. And nice and slowly draw your knee back in towards your chest and stretch the legs straight out. If you wish to grab a blanket, place it across over your body. We may bring our right hand down onto the lower belly and take our left hand and place it upon the upper chest. Chin slightly drawing towards the heart. Allowing the body to come back into stillness. Drop the weight of your heels down just a little deeper. Drop the weight of your leg bones down just a little deeper. Drop your pelvis down just a little bit deeper. Drop the back of the rib cage down just a little deeper. Drop the shoulder blades down just a little deeper. Drop the arm bones down just a little deeper. Let your palms become heavy as they press down, excuse me, on the belly and the heart. Drop the weight of the head down just a little deeper. invite a soft and gentle smile to the lips. I invite you to finish your practice here with taking a moment of gratitude. And if you can think of something that if it weren't for this situation that we're in right now, all of us together, whole world, that if it wasn't for this, you wouldn't be able to achieve, to do, to rest, to spend time with certain people, family. So just think of something that this situation has given you, something positive, something to be grateful for. And may we draw on the strength of gratitude and a little bit of positivity to give us some strength as we navigate this time together. And take a big breath into your heart. And a big breath out. Let your fingers just gently tap on the chest and the belly. Let your toes wiggle. Ankles moving, just gently rotating. Maybe we start to circle the wrists. Arms can start to stretch back behind you. Toes reaching forward. Take a big breath in. Exhaling, let your knees curl right up into your belly. Gently letting the spine rock side to side. Slowly making your way up into a seated position. We'll meet with the hands in front of the heart for Anjali Mudra. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. From my heart to yours, namaste, and thanking you for joining me wherever you are in this world. A huge, huge amount of gratitude for your support, for this connection, and for making it possible for me to share what I love to do. So thank you again. Have a beautiful day, or have a beautiful sleep, and I hope to see you again soon, maybe tomorrow. Namaste.
And apologies again about Ray passing through, needing to watch after a surf. He got up at 6:30, he's crazy. Good night, or goodbye.